Amid injury chaos for Lakers, LeBron James is starting to look like his old self. After missing the first 14 games because of injury, LeBron James is starting to recapture at least a version of his old self ahead of his 41st birthday. Welcome back to this week's Lakers newsletter, where we're making our interview lists and checking them twice. I have something to share. I never celebrated Christmas growing up. We didn't do presents, trees, decorating, or any of that. What we did was basketball. From spending Christmas Day eating my mom's home-cooked meals and watching the NBA, I will now be at Crypto.com Arena, covering the game my parents will inevitably ask about later. Talk about a special holiday gift. LeBron James rounds into form. At this stage of LeBron James' career, it's not enough to just evaluate the Lakers superstar's performance in a vacuum. So when Coach J.J. Redick was asked in Utah, before James played his 10th game of the season, whether the 21-time All-NBA honoree was looking more like himself, Redick didn't have a straightforward answer. "Well, I think you have to contextualize it," Redick told reporters. "He's looking like himself as a 41-year-old coming off a knee injury and sciatica." Redick is premature in calling James a 41-year-old. His birthday is not until next week. But James is at least back to a version of himself. About a month since his season debut, James is starting to round into form, moving past the informal training camp and preseason period after sciatica kept him out all offseason. James is averaging 27.6 points, 6.2 assists, and 7.2 rebounds in the last 5 games during which the Lakers, 19-8, went 3-2. His shooting percentage improved to 53.8% compared to 41.3% in his first 6 games. But James is in a new era of his play. His usage rate is the lowest it's ever been. Redick commended the superstar's willingness to play off the ball more, with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves emerging as the team's primary ball-handling options. There are moments when James' age is showing. A second jump that isn't as quick as it once was. A dunk that looks more deliberate than explosive. Then he turns back the clock by bulldozing Luke Cornett on a vicious one-handed dunk. James, always one of the league's best in transition, still leads the Lakers with 6.4 transition points per game. The thing about LeBron, it's why he's so great, is he can play with anybody. Clippers coach Tyronn Lue said. So it doesn't matter who's on the floor, but he's always going to be effective. James showed he can still carry the team for stretches when Doncic suffered a left leg bruise during the first half against the Clippers, and the short-handed Lakers, who entered the game without 3 starters, still chopped the Clippers' 22-point lead to 7 in the fourth quarter. Doncic, leg, will remain out for Tuesday's game against Phoenix, along with Rui Hachimura, groin, and Gabe Vincent, back. Reeves' calf is questionable as his absence has surpassed 1 week. The Lakers have been short at least one player for almost every game this season, DeAndre Ayton pointed out Monday after practice, as he prepared to return from a 2-game absence because of an elbow injury. The injuries, highlighted by James' 14-game absence, has made Redick feel like this team's primary identity at the quarter mark of the season is chaos. Yet leadership from players such as James has helped the Lakers find calm amid the confusion. "This is not a quiet team," Ayton said. "We communicate. That's what brings closure. Where you know the guy might not be out there, or superstars might not be out there, but they with us in spirit." James was a vocal leader even while injured. When he returned to the court, his energy was infectious in practice, Reeves said, who often marvels at how James, despite playing in a record 23rd NBA season, still feels like one of the biggest kids in the gym. So a month after his return, when asked in Utah about how James looked in the context of his age and recent injury history, Redick didn't hesitate to follow up. "Pretty damn good," Redick said. "Holiday spirit." While the NFL tried to use Beyonce to take over Christmas last year, the games were all lobbers. The NBA, meanwhile, planted its flag with a thrilling slate that had 4 of 5 games decided by 6 or fewer points. "I love the NFL," James said into the ABC camera last year after the Lakers won a 115-113 nail-biter over the Golden State Warriors. "But Christmas is our day." The Lakers are playing on Christmas for the 27th season in a row. James is slated for his 20th Christmas Day game, but even he's grown tired of his personal tradition. "I'd much rather be at home with my family," James said. "But it's the game. It's the game I love. It's the game I watched when I was a kid on Christmas Day. Watching a lot of the greatest to play the game on Christmas. It's always been an honor to play it. Obviously, I'm going to be completely honest. I would like to be home on the couch with my family all throughout the day. But my number is called, our numbers are called, so we have to go out and perform. And I look forward to it." The Lakers are 25-26 on Christmas Day. This year's lineup is delicious. The Lakers at home against Houston, the only team in the league besides Oklahoma City, ranked in the top 5 in offensive and defensive rating, is the primetime entree. The 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time appetizer between San Antonio and Oklahoma City could be the star of the night. Outside of James' slightly grinchy mood about playing, the Lakers were getting into the holiday spirit last week. Doncic gifted e-bikes to everyone in the organization, 103 in total. Jared Vanderbilt and Jackson Hayes held charity events. Vanderbilt and his foundation held a holiday give-back at the Boys and Girls Club last Friday, while Hayes had giveaways in Compton and his native Cincinnati. "Stuff like that just fills my heart up and makes me feel better," Hayes said. "Stuff like that, I just feel like it's why God put us here. We're here to help others." On tap, records, and stats current entering Monday's games. December 23 at Suns, 15-13, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 9 days after the Lakers barely survived a dramatic fourth-quarter Phoenix comeback attempt, the Lakers and Suns run it back. In the midst of a challenging portion of their schedule that featured games against Western Conference frontrunners Oklahoma City, Denver, and Houston, the Suns have lost 7 of their last 9 games, including 3 of their last 4. December 25 versus Rockets, 17-9, 5 p.m. Entering Monday's game against the Clippers, the Rockets lost 3 of their last 4 games. All the losses, to Denver, New Orleans, and Sacramento, came in overtime. Kevin Durant is averaging 25.3 points, while center Alperen Sengun is putting together a career year with 23.2 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 6.9 assists. December 28 versus Kings, 7-22, 6:30 p.m. The Kings scored an improbable victory over the Rockets to break a 6-game losing streak but remain in the Western Conference cellar. The Lakers needed a career-high 51 points from Austin Reeves to survive against the Kings on October 26 without Doncic or James. Status report: Luka Doncic, left leg contusion. Doncic suffered the injury when he was kneed in the leg by the Clippers' Bogdan Bogdanovic. He sat out of the second half and was seen on the practice court Monday with a wrap around his left calf. He is out for Phoenix, but is day-to-day. Austin Reeves, left calf strain. Reeves was a partial participant in practice Monday and remained day-to-day. He passed the initial estimated 1-week mark since being diagnosed with a mild left calf strain on December 12. DeAndre Ayton, right elbow soreness. The center appeared to suffer the injury when he got tangled up with Phoenix's Mark Williams on December 14 and missed 2 games but will return against the Suns on Tuesday. Rui Hachimura, right groin soreness. Redick said Hachimura started feeling pain in his hip after the game at Utah on December 18. The coach expects Hachimura to be sidelined for 3 to 5 days, which leaves a Christmas Day return possible. Gabe Vincent, low back soreness. Vincent will not be reevaluated until at least Christmas after a back issue first popped up before the game at Utah. Favorite thing I ate this week? I finally crossed an essential LA dining experience off of my list this week. I visited Elephant in Santa Monica and very much understand the appeal. Everyone talks about the whipped eggplant, which we got, but the vodka sauce pasta was my favorite because the pasta was perfectly cooked and the sauce had a slight smoky kick from the Calabrian chile. We also ordered the pizzo bianco, which is finished with a drizzle of hot honey and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. An order of the squash agnolotti pasta that features sage, brown butter, and walnut pesto completed the spread.